I made my client over $270,000 in just 7 months using cold email. And in this video, I'll be going over the 3 key steps of my cold email blueprint that we did to make them this much money. And make sure you stick around till the end of the video because the last step is going to be the most important and valuable one that you can apply immediately to your business to start generating new leads, sign new clients, sign new customers, and make more money. So let's get right into it. But first, I want to give you more context. Essentially, my client, Deep Social Brands, is an online branding and content agency that helps people create their personal brands on platforms like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all of that good stuff, right? Before working with us, they relied heavily on referrals and their own network to sign new clients and get new deals in through the door. But after working with us and since working with us, they've been able to get a consistent lead flow every single month of their ideal customers, month after month on autopilot. And here's the 3 steps on how we did it using this cold email blueprint that I'm going to talk about here. Step number 1, the first step that we took is that we sent out massive amounts of volume. So you have to realize that once you figured out your ideal customer and once you figured out your offer, all you have to do is just add gas to the fire and increase the amount of volume and amount of emails that you're sending out. In cold email, you just do this by just obviously buying more email accounts, adding more email accounts, buying more domains, and sending out more emails. And that's exactly what we did for Deep Social, as we sent almost upwards up to 15,000 cold emails every single month. And most agencies, they barely even get to 1K a month. They probably only send like 100 or 500 a month. We were sending almost 15x of that every single month, and we were hammering their target market with loads and loads and loads of volume. And as Alex Hormozi says, volume negates luck. And because of our massive volume, we were able to reach out to people that were in the right spot to buy. Like, take a look at this example that this prospect sent us. Essentially, he was already looking for some type of agency or some type of marketing services to buy. And because of the massive volume that we had basically a massive net that we could catch people with, because we're sending out massive amounts of volume. We're just putting ourselves out there, and sometimes it will lead to lucky situations like this where we hit people in the right time with our services. And this guy actually ended up signing with Deep Social because of this email. So because of our massive amounts of volume, again, we had a massive net. And we were able to send out so much emails that for some people, we hit them in the right place at the right time. My client would not have signed this guy if we did not send massive volume and had a huge net. So for step number 1, what you have to do is make sure you send volume. So what's a good start? Like, you might be like, okay, Ari, like, okay, I understand you have to send out massive volume, but what's like how much should I start at per month? How many email accounts do I buy? Blah, 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 blah. I say start at least like $10,000 or $10,000, 10,000 cold emails a month. And for that, you probably would have to buy about 10 to 14 domains with 2 email accounts each. And if they're all sending 20 to 25 email accounts messages a day, you'll start at that 10K a month mark. And that is just a rough baseline. If you can go higher, obviously go higher. But if you start off with 10,000 a month, you will get a pretty decent amount of volume that you can test out your offer and your target audience. So that's step number 1. Step number 2 is your ideal client profile. So you see, most people, they have an idea of their ideal prospects and who they want to work with, but they don't really go super in depth, right? With Deep Social, they actually did not have any type of ideal customer, any type of ideal client profile. They didn't work with one specific niche because it was really anyone who wanted to start their personal brand, anyone in any industry who wanted to start their personal brand that could also afford their services. So we faced a challenge in the beginning because we didn't even know who to target. But if you have a similar problem with your agency or your company and you're like, okay, we are industry agnostic and we work with all these different industries, we don't really know who to target, who do we actually go after? One easy thing that you can do is simply take a look at your best case studies and just go after people who are very similar. with Deep Social, we noticed that they had really good case studies with health and wellness and this medical industry type of companies. So we just went after that type of company because they had really good case studies in the past with similar prospects, right? For example, one of their clients was an obesity doctor. So what did we do? We went into Apollo and we put the filter as health and wellness, medical practice, hospitals, all that good stuff, right? And we took this a step further by just going into the company keywords on Apollo, and putting in obesity, medical weight loss, that type of thing. So we took this one step further by not only targeting health and wellness companies, but by specifically leveraging that obesity doctor case study that we have. We went after similar prospects who were also related to medical weight loss or obesity, right? And this made writing the emails and reaching out to these people so much easier because all of these companies that we're reaching out to is extremely similar to one of their case studies that they have, right? And in the emails itself, all we really had to say was, hey, I noticed that you're similar to one of our clients who was an obesity doctor. We just helped her do whatever end result by creating videos. Would you be open to doing the same? Right? And we're literally, for the scripts, we literally used the case study and we used it to do all of the heavy lifting for us in the cold email itself. And we didn't have to do insane amounts of market research. We didn't have to use all these fancy AI clay workflows. Not saying that doesn't work, it does work. But it was just a lot easier because we're just leveraging their best case study and just going after them saying, hey, I noticed you're similar, which they are, to one of our clients. We just helped them do X. Would you be open to hearing to do the same, right? And then from there, this helped us book tons of meetings with health and wellness companies, which ended up turning into clients for Deep Social. And it's because they had a good fulfillment process for those clients. They got those clients that we helped them get really good results, and then produced case studies from those clients that we helped them get. And from there, it's literally a never-ending cycle. We would help them get a client, they would produce good results for that said client, they would get a case study, and we would leverage that case study to get more clients for them. So it literally ended up being a never-ending cycle of clients and prospects that we helped them get over and over and over again, right? That's how we found their ideal customer. Now, the last part of this cold email blueprint, and step number 3, is offers. So you see, some services and some products and some whatever that you're selling, some services and products are hard to sell because they don't directly tie into revenue, right? For Deep Social, for example, we can't really say that, hey, we'll make you 90 videos that'll help you increase your revenue by 40%, right? We can't really directly tie the videos into revenue, even though it kind of does, but it doesn't really, you can't really track that through a video. You don't really know, right? We can't really do that. So we had to find other ways to convey our value without saying we'll help you increase revenue. So how do we do that? We just brainstormed the end result of what having a personal brand and having videos actually does, right? Yes, it can, again, increase revenue, but it's not directly correlated. Instead, what is easily correlated to videos is becoming like a thought leader in your space or in your industry, right? So let me give you an example. How can a dentist separate himself in a city with hundreds of other dental clinics? Like if there's a dentist in a big city like Miami, right? How can he separate himself compared to every other dental clinic in Miami, in this huge metropolitan area? Well, if he has videos on TikTok, on Instagram, he'll be known as that one dentist in Miami that's on TikTok, right? And immediately that helps him stand out versus every other dentist in his city in Miami, which is exactly the same offer that we ran for Deep Social, which is the offer of establishing someone as the leading law firm or the leading dental clinic in their city and becoming some type of thought leader in their industry. But that wasn't enough. What we did was we took this a step further, right? Because anybody can say, yeah, we'll help you become this leading law firm or leading dental clinic or leading doctor in your whatever industry, right? But not everybody can put their money where their mouth is, so to speak, right? So what we did was we offered free videos, which literally made our offer irresistible. And not only was it free videos depending on the industry, or not only was it free videos in general, we made the free videos tied directly to their industry, right? So for example, if we're targeting immigration lawyers, we offered a free video of, let's say, a free video going over immigration FAQ questions that people may have. Or if it's like a plastic surgeon, we would say, hey, would you open to like a free before and after free video? So not only did we say, hey, free video, but we also directly tied the video to whatever industry that we're targeting, right? So we literally tailor the free video, or in this case, like a free lead magnet, to them depending on the industry. And you can do the same just by segmenting the lead list, right? If you're targeting anybody in the medical niche, split it up by dental clinics, split it up by fertility clinics, dermatology, and even those niches, you can go a layer deeper. Instead of like broad dental clinics, you can do like orthodontists, pediatric dentists. You get my point. And just tailor your messaging, your offer, your lead magnet to that specific industry or that specific sub niche, and you will have much, much better success. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how we made Deep Social Brands $270,000 in 7 months using cold email. But as a gift for sticking around this long, I want to offer you something that's very valuable. Go down to the description below and click on the second link, which is a free 122-page guide or document of everything I know about cold email. It goes over infrastructure, offers, tools, lead sourcing, AI, all of that stuff, absolutely for the free $99. You can take it, it's yours to keep, and I want you to implement these sorts of strategies so that you can grow your business using cold email. Enjoy. With all that said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.